Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another WornKibbles video. Today we are back again with another story about that crazy girl Alex who was obsessed with me. In this one, she went from trying to manipulate me onto full-on stalking me. It was insane. I'm sorry I made you guys wait a whole week for this video, so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. Alright, so quick recap. This is technically part 3 to the Obsessed Alex Saga. For those who haven't seen the other two parts yet, this girl named Alex basically says she is in love with me, broke up with her boyfriend because she quote-unquote knows we will fall in love. Mind you, this is the first time I've ever talked to her. Then later that night she added me to a group chat where she tried to use her weird cat girlfriend Sadie to manipulate me into falling in love with her. When that didn't work, I guess she had to resort to more desperate measures to hold me close, and that brings us to this story today. So, after I'd gotten Alex to admit and apologize for her crazy plan that she wanted to manipulate me with, I originally blocked her, but then her friend made me feel bad for her, so I, like an idiot, unblocked her. From then on, she would text me every single day, just apologizing for it. To make it worse, not only would she text me this stuff, but she would come up to my desk every morning like it was her shift at the I Hate Myself factory, and she'd just be like, "Oh, WornKibbles, I'm such a burden, I'm so annoying," and I'm just sitting there trying to finish my math homework like, "Bro, I didn't even say hello yet." And every time, I would always be like, "It's okay, you already apologized," but she was trying to guilt trip me. Like, it wasn't her apologizing because she actually felt bad. She would be texting me saying stuff like, "I'm so sorry that I did that, and, you just hate me so, so much, and I deserve it." And like, bro, how pick me can you get? Honestly, it was so annoying, but I'm just a nice guy, and to my own detriment, every single time she would text me, I would just be like, "No, no, I don't hate you, it's okay, don't worry about it." Which, looking back on it, she probably thought that she was like a genius and that it was working, and I was oblivious, but this whole time, I totally knew she was guilt tripping me. I was just stupid and giving into it. You could say like I didn't have a backbone, and I understand. Honestly, I agree that I used to be a little spineless back then when it came to standing up for myself, and sadly, bro, it usually ended up being Alex's weird friends standing up for me, because every time she would do some like weird stuff, they were the ones that I would find out about it from. And honestly, that's how you know that it was bad. If even her own friends were just feeling so uncomfortable by her that they had to tell me because, like, they just didn't feel right knowing and not telling me, like, that's bad. But anyway, one night I was texting Alex, or well, she was texting me, basically the same stuff as usual about how she didn't deserve to be my friend because I was so amazing, and I was just getting fed up with it at this point, so I tried to steer the conversation a little bit away from it. Like, that's how bad it had got. I literally didn't care about talking to her anymore. I just wanted to talk about something other than how sorry she was. So I started asking her like basic questions. Like, we were in school, so obviously I asked her what classes she had because she was really only in like one of my classes and in my homeroom class. So we're talking, and like some point she was like, "Yeah, I have this like science class." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I have that class too." And she goes, "Yeah, I know, third period, right?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah." Like, I'm a little caught off guard by her knowing exactly when my class was. Like, I didn't know any of her classes. I don't even see her throughout the day, really. So I was kind of like, yeah, how did you know when my classes were?" And immediately she was like, "Oh, lucky guess." And that's when I knew something was off, bro. Like, she immediately got really defensive. Like, she said it like she had realized that it was weird for her to know when my classes were. And so I went and I texted her friend, who had basically been my informant for the manipulation plan. And I was like, "Hey, it's not anything weird that Alex, like, knows my third period class, right?" Like, hoping she would say something like, "Oh, yeah, that's normal," or like, "I haven't heard anything about it." But no, she hits me with the, "Nah, that wasn't a guess." She literally spent the first 10 minutes of every period last Tuesday tailing you through the hallways like a secret agent just to map out your entire day. She's low-key stalking you. Bro, what? Like, what is happening? Does this count as stalking? I mean, it's not that serious because you never like followed me home or anything, but as a seventh grader, dude, that felt huge. Like, I felt like I had a real life full on stalker. And so, of course, I was like, okay, what else do I not know? Like, how deep does this go? And so I started asking her friend. Like, I'm now basically texting the creepy cat girl Sadie, asking for more information on her best friend. I'm really out here turning them against each other over me. Crazy situation. But what I found out next genuinely shocks me to my core. Alright, sorry guys, real quick, I'm just going to interrupt the video to ask you again to please subscribe. If you've made it this far into the video, I promise it only gets better from here, and I post every single week more banger content like this, so why not consider it? It's absolutely free and doesn't cost you anything. Alright, I'll shut up and let you guys get back into the story. So I ask her friend, like, basically, what else do I not know? And Sadie just goes, do you really want to know? And I'm like scared now. Like, I'm really scared, but I go yes. And well, I found out a multitude of things. Her friend told me that, first of all, not only had she followed me around school that day to like know my schedule, but she had been taking photos of me that whole day. She had a whole album on her phone that was just full of photos of me, like screenshotted from my Instagram or taken from across the room. It was crazy. Like, I'm genuinely freaking out hearing about this, but it gets worse. Like, we are about to get into full movie style evil stalker stuff here. Remember how I said that every morning she went up to my desk to apologize and try and guilt trip me? Well, every time before she had came over to my desk, she opened voice memos on her phone. Then she would put her phone into her pocket to record our entire conversations. So she would basically get me to say things like, it's okay, and I don't hate you. And she took these snippets of my voice to make her own ASMR sleep track of my voice telling her that everything was going to be all right. Then came the craziest part. Her friend said that on a FaceTime call, she was ranting about how sad she was, saying that she was listening to the playlist of my voice that she had to fall asleep, like always, as if that's a normal thing. But this time, she had woken up before it was over, heard my voice, and then started crying because she realized I wasn't actually there and had gotten hopeful about it. I actually cannot make this stuff up. I realize that this girl doesn't just have a weird crush on me, she is full on obsessed with me. And honestly, I'm scared. Like, I'm not just weirded out anymore, I'm full on terrified. This has gone way too far. So I decide I gotta get out of my classes. I mean, I've gotta get the school involved. I have to tell an adult about this soon. I mean, like, I don't know what I gotta do, but I at least need to get my schedule changed so I'm not in any classes with her anymore. But, of course, I'm thinking that I don't have proof for all this. How am I possibly going to do that? This sounds way too crazy for some random teacher to believe me. And if you've heard any of my other stories, you know that teachers don't like to believe me on this sort of stuff. So I needed to find a way to get a video or something of her confessing to all of it. Not just screenshots, not just a testimony for a friend. This stuff sounded too insane to be true. I needed to gather evidence and then confront her in person with so much evidence that she can't deny it, and then get her confession. I swear, I'm out here playing four-dimensional chess, and the pawns were Sadie the Uwu cat girl, trying to take down the master manipulator and now officially full-on stalker Alex. But that will have to come in the finale. Yes, I'm sorry, but that is where our video will end for today. If you want the fourth and final part where I capture Alex, find out even more crazy stuff she said about me, and then present my evidence to the school, make sure you leave a like on the video, comment down below if you've ever had anybody this obsessed with you, or if you wish you did. But anyway, moral of the story is, when the creepy cat girl asks if you really want to know, the answer is you probably don't, but you should probably say yes anyway. Thanks again for all the support. We are so close to 500 subscribers, so make sure you hit that red button, and I'll see you in part 4. As always, thanks for watching.